So silver's having a moment, and no, not just because it matches grandma's best tea set. It's up 35% this year, outshining even gold's impressive 28.5% rise year to date, according to spot prices published by Kitco on July 24, 2025. But here's the kicker. Some experts think silver's real surge might still be ahead. Maria Smirnova, Senior Portfolio Manager and CIO at Sprott Asset Management, just dropped her mid-year silver outlook, and it's got people in the precious metals world buzzing louder than a coin collector at a garage sale. Smirnova says that silver could be poised for a sharper upside before the year is out, citing strong demand, a persistent supply deficit, and renewed interest from retail buyers across Asia and North America. Now, if you're like most people trying to figure out how to help protect their savings these days, this might have you leaning in a little. And while we're getting into the nitty-gritty of silver's situation, here's something to keep in mind. There's a little-known way some folks are getting exposure to physical silver and gold that does not involve hauling home a treasure chest. So hey, if you click the link in the description, you might qualify for up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver, plus a free Ronald Reagan silver coin. That's all I'll say for now, so go ahead and check it out if you're curious. Now back to silver. Why is it suddenly flexing so hard? Smirnova points to a few big factors. First, supply. It's been 7 years of deficits in the global silver market. Since 2016, total demand has climbed 16%, but mine production has actually dropped 7%. That's not a great combo unless you're holding silver already, and then it's a bit like showing up to the party with the last bag of ice on a hot day. The other piece is industrial demand. Silver isn't just pretty, it's practical. It's essential in things like electronics, solar panels, and even some medical tech. That industrial use keeps climbing, and it's unlikely to let up anytime soon, according to Smirnova. That means silver isn't just riding hype, it's in demand for real-world stuff, and that help puts a floor under the prices. Now here's where things get a little spicy. Smirnova notes that the available inventory of freely traded silver has been heavily diminished. Translation? There's not as much floating around on the open market. So even small increases in demand can have a disproportionately big effect on price. Like sneeze and you might move the chart. If you've ever seen how tightly packed silver markets are, it's kind of like trying to add one more meatball to an already full spaghetti bowl. There's gonna be a mess. Meanwhile, investors have been flocking to silver exchange traded products, physical bars, and coins, especially in Asia and North America. And that growing investor appetite is putting even more pressure on a market that's already tight. And get this, silver is gaining traction again as a safe haven asset. Yes, good old silver. It's historically been viewed as a store of value during crisis periods, much like gold, but it's more accessible and affordable, especially for retail buyers. Smirnova says silver offers an attractive opportunity for investors seeking exposure to a hard asset with both growth and defensive qualities. And she's not talking about the kind of defense you get from a moat and a drawbridge. She means helping protect against inflation, instability, and all the economic surprises life likes to throw. Now let's talk about the gold-silver ratio for a second. It recently dropped to 86, down from over 100 in April, but historically it averages between 50 and 60. That suggests silver is still undervalued compared to gold, despite this year's gains. In other words, there might still be room to run. Smirnova also points out that in past bull markets, silver has typically outperformed gold about 2 to 1. That's partly due to its smaller market size and higher volatility, but also because it has this weird double life, part monetary metal, part industrial workhorse. So while gold might be the prom king, silver is the class president who also runs track and fixes the AV equipment. And if all that isn't enough to make you pay attention, here's your second nudge. If you've ever considered how to hold real silver or gold in a retirement account, there's a special offer right now where you may qualify for up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver and even receive a free Ronald Reagan silver coin. Just click the link in the description. You don't need to rush out and buy silver-plated cufflinks. You just need to be informed and curious. Bottom line, silver is not just a shiny object. It's got the fundamentals, the demand, and the momentum. And while prices have already moved, Smirnova's outlook suggests we could be in the middle of the action, not at the end of it. So whether you're just learning about silver's resurgence or you've been tracking metals longer than most folks who've had smartphones, this story's far from over.